You're listening to The L Zone. Trisha Marie.
Hello, welcome to the L Zone with me, Latricia Marie, coming to you today with a cool topic. This topic to me is cool because it involves you evolving. I love when people evolve. I love hearing or seeing, not so much as hearing, but just seeing people evolve and grow through something they may not have said out loud, but me, I can kind of tune in from a distance of this person's probably going through something right now, and I can see the change that happens when they get out of that low space, and it's a beautiful thing. I really enjoy seeing people overcome. This particular topic is about creating a space for the next version of you. It's a deep one, but I'm only going to give you 3 points to start, just marinating on that particular sentence there. Are you creating the space for the next version of you? And for my process to get to that point, it took me a couple of tries because of course, when you're going through it, you don't realize that's a lesson that you're supposed to be learning at the time. And I didn't see myself at the time right, to where the last time I was in the low spot, when I was at my lowest, I would say that's so far, I was like, I'm starting to believe this version that outside people were trying to create of me. Horrible mom, ain't shit, what, all that, lose everything. And it's crazy because I was like, damn, okay, I believe it. I'm starting to believe it. Like, dang, maybe I am going through this because I'm a piece of crap, right? Kind of not. So not. And so I was like, you know what? Hold up. Each day was hard, but I started chipping away at self-doubt talk and starting to replace it with something. And during my journey at the airport, a lot of healing took place. I started talking positive to myself, and it started chipping away. I was like, I see myself as this. But am I making room for that version? Am I setting boundaries? Am I creating the space for this new version of me to even move in when I get there? And I saw that I wasn't, and I was like, oh, I need to create the space. Not in those words, but I was actually action moving forward and didn't even know it until, of course, you have to reflect to see how far you've come. And that's when I realized I really did create the space of where I'm at right now. So first tip out of the 3 is, are you clear on who, of what you want? And are you clear on who, what you want for yourself, in a sense? And who are you? Who are you trying to be? If you're trying to be a kind-hearted person or whatever, like, what do you want? I'm going to use the example for health, because I feel like that's the easier one, especially for women, maybe men. I don't really hear men talk about it, but how we feel on the inside don't match on the outside. And because our weight fluctuates, we give life, we go through stress, we hold it differently, our hormones change at different stage of life, but it don't match. I know for me, that was one thing. I was like, okay, I've been an active person majority of my life, done a personal trainer, was a nutritionist certified, and I was like, I don't feel how I do on the inside is being shown on the outside. And I was like, damn, do I love myself? What's going on to where I'm not putting in the action and showing up as who I feel on the inside right now? Because inside me is going through the mental part, the emotional part of healing myself and digging in and self-reflecting. I was like, but my outside don't match. I can't fit my clothes, and I'm not finna buy no clothes because I can't afford it. So what we finna do, Trish? I had to figure it out, and I was like, I need to show up as me, and I want my outside to match because I feel good about me. Work out, eating patterns change, eating habits change, what I decide to eat change. I started creating a space for where I was preparing mentally, honestly, because it is a lot when you lose weight or get fit or healthy. People think you're going through a breakup or something, instead of, so you get hit with comments And people don't realize sometimes those comments chip it, like, so I wasn't shit or I didn't look a certain way until it's weird how people may process it. I know for me it was weird. And I was like, no, I'm finna work out for me. I'm finna get healthy for me. Because if I don't do it for that reason, I'm just gonna slip up again. And I want my insides to match. So I was like, nope, let me get disciplined, because motivation not gonna get it. It's just not, because I can feel motivated to eat a cupcake from nothing but cakes in a heartbeat for like a week straight, every day, 7 days a week. I won't do it, but I'm saying you can be motivated through all kind of crazy stuff. Where's your discipline at? You know, discipline to create that new version of you and to show up as that new version, and then keep going beyond that new version that you created. It's got to match. Depending on what your goal is. I know mine was I need to be active for my kids. I want to be able to keep up with them in a way where I'm not that lagging, or be like, nah, y'all go get on this ride without me. I'm good. I can't. My body hurt. I didn't want to be like that. So, and I wanted to show them that you still got to keep up with your health. I'm concerned about what they put in their body. Sometimes they sneak and go with their friend. I can't control that, but I still tell them why I want them to cut back on something. So I'm leading by example, because they watch everything that we do or whatever. But I was very clear with that particular thing as an example of, nope, this is me on the inside. It needs to match, because when you look at yourself in the mirror, you'll see the progress, and you start seeing the self-love and things like that. I'm not saying you don't love yourself. Again, it depends on what your goal is. It can be, okay, I want to be a kinder person. Okay, or you showing up as, what are you doing, actively doing to be a kinder person? Whatever that may look like to you. You know what I'm saying? But it has to match. The action got to match how you are seeing yourself. And you got to start walking that in action form. Second one, I touched on a little bit, discipline. You got to have courage. If you don't have those two, it's real easy to get stuck. And now you're not showing up or working on that next version of you. You're supposed to evolve. I feel like everybody has a gift that God has instilled in them. And until you hit certain levels of your journey, you're not finna tap into that. Certain things force you to have to tap into that, and for it to be explored, for you to share it and grow from it and show up and use the gift that God gave you. You have to. So if you don't have the discipline, because at any given point things can change, but your discipline comes into play, your courage comes into play, because people are going to not like parts that are of you that's going through a transition. It's unknown territory for them. They always think, okay, you changing on me, what that mean for me? You're doing it for you. So you got to have that discipline, that courage to follow through every day, show up for yourself, to for that new version that you see of you. And then action-based movements, you gotta have them. If you just fantasizing about that new version, or you want that quick fix, you want that miracle pill, I just need to hit the lotto, I just need to be around the right people and then they gonna help me, you gotta get out the mud yourself, honey. You gotta have action movement. I will say, take me doing podcasting. I naturally like having conversations about topics, but I wanted to do it in my way that was comfortable for me. This is uncomfortable, but I was like, I don't want to do the uncomfortable thing. So I'm not showing up as the next version of myself, because I'm steady in the background, being comfortable around people that I'm comfortable with talking about certain topics with. But it's not getting out to people who may need it. It's only getting out to these two people that I talk to the most. And it's like, they don't need this conversation. They just like hearing me talk. Or they be like, yeah, that's good. This was up. But sometimes they may not need that message. And they was like, why don't you talk? because it's uncomfortable. I had to get in the action mode, get consistent, get disciplined, and get that courage. It all ties together, because how you see you, the next version that you see you in, requires you to do this grunt work. In a sense, you this is where the building comes into play, to where, okay, you're ready for this next version. If you're not, it's not gonna come, and you're gonna keep feeling like you're falling behind, you're stuck, people doing better than you. No, they doing the work. You got to show up for you, for the next version that you need to become. So, you got to create the space, though. You got to do the work. It's not going to be handed to you unless you're born into it and your people are rich or something, and you have time to explore, so you don't have certain worries, even though you still have worries. But I'm just saying, it ain't gonna fall in your lap. Person ain't gonna give you a coupon to go get surgery. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, I don't know. The chances are high, or very low. I mean, it's low. I'm just saying, though. But now you're not doing the inner work for the next version of you. You mentally probably won't be ready for that, and it comes with a lot of responsibility. But again, just a topic that I want to chuck out there to y'all. Let me know what you think, of course. Just saying. But create the space for the next version of you. Take the action, take the steps. It's needed. I believe in you. For those who listen that I've seen, I'm proud of you, for where you are now, because I probably have seen where you've come from and things like that. And it's worth it. It's gratifying when you show up as the next version, that new version of yourself that's wiser, better, more at peace, just present for yourself. You that confidence. So let me know what you all think, and hope you have a good listen.